Good morning, everybody. Auronnj here with another Final Fantasy VII EverCrisis video, and today I'm going to be giving you my ultimate materia guide for EverCrisis. This is the most RNG dependent system in the game, but it is also a very important system, and it's something that we're going to be doing in the early game, in the mid game, and in the late game, trying to get those 4 and 5 star materias. Not that I've seen a 5-star materia, mind you. I have not, but I've seen some 4 stars, and I can just tell you the difference between a 4-star materia and a 2 or 3-star materia is huge, and I can only imagine how great a 5-star materia is. Still, it's very hard to get those. There's a lot of RNG involved. You need to put the RNG gods into your favor as much as you can. I'm going to tell you how to do that. I'm going to tell you how to think about which materias are keepers and which ones you should throw away or use as fodder. We're going to go over the whole thing right here. I'm going to try and be as concise as possible. Let's get into it. First tip. This is the biggest tip. This is something that people were messing up early. People were saving gems, not unlocking all 5 slots. Unlock all 5 slots. If you don't have all 5 slots unlocked right now, go to your materia screen and unlock all 5 slots. This is a big deal. Materia growth or materia synthesis is something that happens passively in the background, and you have a chance whenever you craft materia to get, anywhere from a 1 to a 5-star. So every batch that you craft, why not have 2 more chances to get that 5-star materia? Here, I've finished 5 in the background. Let's go ahead and claim those 5. I got 2 4-stars and 1 3-star. Now this, when you level them, they have a chance of, going, this 3-star has a chance of becoming a 4-star, etc. So this 3-star really interests me. We'll take a closer look at that here in a second, but unlock all 5. That's my first tip. Unlock all 5. Now, in the early stages of the game and also in the mid stages of the game, 2 and 3-star materias like you see on the screen right here are going to be what you're leveling. And like materia leveling potions are kind of rare, but you can use 1-star materia, 2-star materia as leveling fodder. So go ahead, and if you have some 2 or 3-star materias with decent stats on them that you kind of want to upgrade, especially one of every type, and I'll get to that here in a minute, feel free to invest in those materias a little bit, get them to like level 5 or whatever, but you really want to be going for those 4 and 5 stars. Now let's look at this 3-star right here. This is Thunder. It is a magic damage materia. It's a 3-star, so if I choose to level this up, it has a chance of becoming a 4-star materia, which greatly enhances it, and I'll get to see what this substat is. However, I want to talk about good substats on materia right now, and which materia you should think about keeping and which materia you should think about throwing away. This will apply later in the video as well when I talk about which materia you should build, so pay attention right here. Now, the Thunder materia is a magic-based materia, so I'm going to look at these substats. Are these good substats for a character that I want doing magic damage? Well, physical defense +2, that's a flat stat, and percentage stats are a lot better than flat stats on here, so that's not good. HP percentage up, I like HP percentage up on every materia I could get, so that one's a winner. Heal +3, that's not very good. Again, it's a flat stat. I'd rather have that percentage increase. And then an unknown one. This is crucially missing magic attack up. And if I'm making a thunder damage materia that's going to go on a unit that I want doing magic damage, the must-have stat on here, in my opinion, is magic attack up percentage, because that can make a huge difference. That could really boost your magic attack numbers. And then after that, I'm looking for things like HP percentage, which this one has, and then other good percentage-based stats, preferably defense ones. Now, I did also make a Thunder 2-star materia. You can see, I actually think this one's better. It has heal +2, again, that's garbage, but magic attack plus a percentage. So if I was going to level up either of these Thunder materias I got, I'd level up this Thunder one to level 5, go ahead and increase the rank. And in fact, let me go ahead and cut to this screen over here and show you an example of a good keeper like early mid-game materia while you still haven't got lucky enough to craft a bunch of like 3 and 4-star materia yet. And that's this Ruin Blow materia right here. Now, it is a physical attack materia, but look at the substats on this thing. First of all, it's 3-star, so it's not totally unlucky. And then it has heal percentage, HP HP percentage and physical attack percentage. These are 3 very, very good substats for a physical damaging materia. Obviously, physical attack up is like the one I want the most, and then most of my characters perform as like a sub healer sometimes, so healing's never bad, and everybody needs HP. So I'm going to go ahead and enhance this thing. Now, when you're leveling up a materia, you can use materia leveling items, but you can see I only have 5 of those left, so that's not the best. Or you can consume other materia to level it. If you click this optimize button, it will automatically consume all your 1-star materia. I don't have any 1-star materia right now. I've already eaten all those up. So I'm going to come through here and just select some 2-star materia that I don't really want. For example, this fire materia right here with just HP on it, I'll get rid of that. And that levels the thing all the way to 2. This blizzard materia has magic attack, but it's like a flat magic attack. That's gross. This one right here, HP flat. Let's get rid of that one. Now you can see we're leveling it up to 4. We're going to gain this next substat. Here we go. Thunder with physical defense. Don't want that. And now we're level 5. So let's enhance this thing right here. It took 4 2-star materias to level this 3-star materia up to level 5. Now, what did I get in return for that? Well, I got magic attack as my 4th substat. Honestly, you guys, this is a solid materia right here in that 3-star slot. Ruin Blow gives me access to this triangle sigil, which, sigils are really important. And then every character in the game likes these substats. This is just generically a super strong early game materia, so I'm willing to upgrade this. Let's see if I can get super lucky and increase it to a 4-star ranking. Doubt it. I've never seen it happen from 3 to 4-star. The only 4 stars I've ever gotten, I've just crafted naturally. This one's kind of the same thing, but still, I could go ahead and continue to level this up, which I probably will do off screen here in a minute too, and keep increasing these substats a little bit more, as this is now one of the better materias that I have. But I want to talk to you for a minute about how powerful a 4-star materia is compared to a 3-star. So I'll show you. This is like a really strong 3-star materia, right? Look at those numbers on there. Here's a level 8 materia. You can see heal 1.9%, HP 1%, right? Magic attack 1.1. It lacks the percentage for physical attack up, so this is kind of before I knew what I was doing. But still, what I want you to focus on here is these percentage numbers. Then let's compare it to the percentage numbers on a 4-star. Yeah, they're a lot bigger. Look at this thing. Sure, heal 5 isn't great, but the HP is almost 5%. The physical attack on this is 3.4%. Compare that to the one we just made with physical attack, 1%? This is 3.5 times better than that, right? 3.4%. That's great. Even though this only has 2 percentage substats on it, because it's a 4-star materia, those percentages are a lot bigger, and they just are a direct percentage up to your stats. This other 4-star materia I have, it's really not any good. Not all your 4-star materials are going to be good. This is just Ruinra, a spell that I crafted once. I didn't even add extra materials. The substats on it are really bad. 7 physical defense, 3 magic defense, heal at 1.5%. This is such a sad piece of materia for a 4-star. So here's an example of a decent 4-star. Here's an example of a bad 4-star. Do you kind of see what you're going for here? With physical attacking materia, you want to make sure to have physical attack percentage up, and then as many other percentage up substats that you can get, including HP, heal, defensive stats, things like that. And then with your magic attack materia, you want to make sure you have, magic attack up percent. And this is just this one right here is just such a good example of good materia substats. So that's what I wanted to talk about there. Now, what I want to talk about is locking your unique materia. One thing you definitely want to do, and I'm going to go ahead and filter by 1-star, is as you play the game, you're going to get some unique materias, like this one right here, Healing Esunaga Fog. There's nowhere in the game to get this right now. Or Healing Esuna Poison. I don't know if I'm ever going to level these things or if I'll ever need these things, but something like D-Brave is a physical attack debuff. That seems okay. So just make sure if you get a materia from the story or from the game that looks really weird, like Healing Esunaga Bio, lock that so you don't lose it. That's just a little aside that I noticed here in my notes. Now, other notes that I've taken here. When crafting, okay, check this out. I want to show you how to craft materia, how to go about actually doing the job. So I'm going to go into synthesis here. I'm going to synthesize 5 different materials. There's a couple things you want to make sure of when you're making materia. You want at least one usable materia of every element and every type and every sigil. What I mean is, for fire, you never know when you're going to fight a boss that's weak to fire. You want to make sure you have one fire spell ready to go at least, and at least one fire physical attack ready to go. So your mage has access to a fire spell, your physical attacker has access to a damaging spell of that element. So when I'm crafting, I like to craft 5 at a time of each one of these to then pick the best one that I get out of the bunch, level that thing up, and then kind of move on to the next one. So that's a little tip I have right there. Sigils, same way. I make sure I have one ruin of magic of each sigil, right? So circle, triangle, cross, and then I have one physical type of each sigil, circle, triangle, cross. Again, I craft 5 of them at once. I pick the one that is best, assuming I get one that's decent, and I level that one up, and then I just fodder the rest of them to level up the good one. This is a way of allowing me to like level my materia as I go, kind of helping me get through that mid game with just my fingers like permanently crossed that someday I get a good 4-star materia. So let's go ahead right here and let's make some triangle sigil materia. I'm going to make triangle blow materia right here. So I have enough mats to make a lot of these. I'm going to synthesize this. Now, there's this button right here, add materials. What does this mean and what does this do? This will guarantee you a higher star rarity. And I do think you want to do this. You get a lot of these to drop in the game. It does not take a lot of farming to get a lot of these silver catalysts. And you don't, I know you can put 10 in, don't put 10. Don't ever just max this out. What you want to do instead is pay attention to the synthesis level. So if I put 1 in, I'm synthesis level 1, then I can get to synthesis level 2 with just 2. That'll guarantee a 2-star, or I can put 7 in to get to synthesis level 3, which will give me a 2-star and 2 substats. If you are running short on these, like I have 255, I'm gonna just throw them in here, but you can always just do 2 to make sure you get the 2-star, which is just such a better materia than a 1-star, or you can do up to 7 to see 2 substats right when you craft it to get a better idea if it's like a crappy materia or not, right? So I'm gonna add those in. I'm going to click synthesize, boom, there we go. And then I'm going to do that 4 more times. Now, while I'm doing this, I'm going to talk to you about a couple things. I'm just going to do some like easier ones here. When you are crafting these, note the times. I just had one that was 35 minutes. I just had one that was 36 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and do 7 here. Let's see how long this one is going to take to synthesize. This one is going to take 31 minutes. Okay, so that's less time. And you might be like, hey, less time, that's really good. You're going to get to see that one sooner. Not necessarily. From what I have seen, if you have one that takes significantly longer to synthesize than the others, like this is a 50-minute one, we'll do something here in a minute as an experiment, that has a better chance of being a higher star level materia. It's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed at all, but from just my own experimentation, the longer it takes one to craft, the better it's going to be. So let's see, this one was 50 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and spin one of my bookmarks. I have 96 of the things to shorten that by an hour, and I'll collect this one. So what do I get here? A 3-star. I was only guaranteed a 2, but I got a 3. Now, is this keepable? No, it's garbage. It has magic attack plus 4 and HP plus 8 on a physical damage materia. It sucks. So I'm going to throw that away. Like that will be used as synthesis fodder. I will now come back in here and do another one. I'm going to add all 7 again, once again hoping that I get that, like, you know, maybe give me an hour and 50 minutes. 32 minutes. So these are probably all 2-stars. I'll revisit that, in 30 some minutes after playing the game for a while, and I'll collect those. Another tip that I want to give you, if you are crafting like ruin blows, these are the shortest ones to craft. So if you're going to be playing the game for a couple hours, you can get a couple rounds of synthesizing these in and really, again, increasing your chance to see a good one. If you're going to sleep or stepping away from the game for 8 hours to go to work or something like that, do the elemental materials then, because they have significantly longer crafting times, like 2 to 3 hours. So those are better ones to synthesize when you're going to be out of the game for a while, while these like ruin blow ones and like ruin, these are better ones to cast while you're playing the game because you get a lot more cracks at getting a 4 or 5-star. So there we go. And then let's see here. I think that's about it. The only other little tip that I want to give you is when you're actually equipping your materia. So I'll go to my solo party here. Let's click on Cloud. So when I'm actually equipping Cloud's materia, you want to make sure that you're putting physical materia into physical slots. That's pretty obvious, except for like heals. Like sometimes I'll go ahead and give Cloud like a Cura or something like that. This Cura, by the way, the reason I save this, it has 2% physical attack on it. 2%. That's pretty nice. And heal up. This is a really solid 3-star materia right here for a physical damage dealer. But the most important one to match is you're going to have some materia slots that have sigil boost on them. So this is a triangle sigil boost. So when I defeat enemies with triangle sigil, or like defeated enemy special attack, right? You know, they put their special attack on and you got the sigils to beat. This gives +2 sigils killed. So if they have 30 sigils you got to crack, if it's triangle and Cloud's hitting it with a triangle sigil in this slot, like Runera Blow triangle right here, instead of only beating the normal amount, it'll beat it +2. So that's a really important one to pay attention to. And I'll prove right here something that works differently with materia than other things in this game. And I'm going to try to keep this video as short as possible, but it is what it is. So look at my physical attack. 1587, 1587. 2% of that, which this is physical attack plus exactly 2%. Well, 15 is 1% of this number. So about 30, maybe 31 is 2% of 1587. If I unequip this materia, my attack, if this scales truly as a percentage, should go down by about 30 to 31 to 1550 or something like that. So let's see. If I go to remove, it goes to 1559. If I, gosh, I lost it. Let's cancel that. Go back to the list here. So 1587 goes down to 1559, about 30. So it is really a percentage that scales off of like close to the stat that you're seeing on the screen, which is not how a lot of percents work in a lot of gacha games. You really do get a lot more out of a percent than a flat number here in this game. That's why I think going for those percents is a good idea. And guys, that's it for my materia guide. So remember, get at least one good materia of every type in that 2 to 3 star to hold you over, but you're really going for those 4 and 5 stars. Maximize the amount of crafting you can do, look for those good substats, and good luck. This is definitely the most RNG part of this game. I still haven't seen a 5-star, and I've played the game quite a bit. All right, thank y'all for watching. Have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.